Dr. Amanda Brooks wiped condensation from her helmet visor, squinting at the erratic readings on her holographic display. The deep space mining scanner shouldn't be showing these patterns, not here in the relatively peaceful sector of the asteroid belt. Mission Control, are you seeing this? She adjusted her position in the survey pod's pilot seat, double-checking the readouts. I'm getting some bizarre energy signatures from Sector 7. Copy that, Dr. Brooks. The voice of her ground controller, Robert Martinez, crackled through the comm. Data stream is... Wait, that can't be right. Amanda smiled despite herself. After 3 years of routine asteroid surveys, something interesting had finally appeared. The Council's restrictions on human deep space exploration meant that even this close to Earth, she needed their permission for anything beyond basic mineral extraction. I'm going to move closer, she announced, firing her pod's maneuvering thrusters. The mysterious signal pulsed stronger, making her experimental scanning equipment light up like a Christmas tree. These readings suggest a metallic mass larger than anything we've documented in this sector. A new voice cut into the channel. Dr. Emily Richardson, head of the Earth Defense Initiative. Dr. Brooks, hold position. We're detecting council ships entering the system. Amanda's heart raced, but she didn't stop her approach. The council rarely paid attention to human mining operations unless they suspected a violation of their precious technology restrictions. With all due respect, Dr. Richardson, we need to document this before they shut us down. The energy signature. It's like nothing in our database. The asteroid field ahead parted like a curtain as her pod's lights illuminated something impossible. Amanda's breath caught in her throat. Half buried in a massive rock, a ship of clearly artificial origin stretched nearly a kilometer in length. Its hull gleamed with an iridescent sheen that reminded her of oil on water. Unmarred by the countless years it must have spent hidden here. My God, she whispered, activating her pod's full sensor suite. Are you seeing this? The ship's design defied everything she knew about spacecraft construction. No visible engines, no apparent weapon mounts, yet something about it radiated power. Her scanner's attempts to analyze its composition came back with error messages. The materials weren't in any known database. A warning light flashed on her console. 3 council vessels had dropped out of faster-than-light travel nearby, their sleek forms recognizable even at a distance. The lead ship broadcast on all frequencies. Human vessel, this is Council Overseer Zextal. You have entered a restricted zone. Power down and prepare for escort. Amanda's fingers flew over her controls, documenting everything she could. That's impossible. This sector was cleared for mining operations last month. The ancient vessel suddenly pulsed with a soft blue light. Amanda's neural implant, standard issue for deep space workers, tingled at the base of her skull. Her holographic displays flickered and changed, showing symbols she'd never seen before. Dr. Brooks. Richardson's voice was urgent now. The council ships are charging weapons. Get out of there. But Amanda couldn't look away. The symbols rearranged themselves, and somehow, she could read them. Not with her eyes, but with something deeper. The ship was scanning her, analyzing her neural patterns, and finding something it recognized. Welcome, Inheritor. A voice echoed in her mind, ancient and powerful. Protocol match confirmed. Genetic lineage. Accepted. Initiating defense protocols. The massive vessel shuddered, ice and rock falling away from its hull as systems dormant for millennia awakened. The council ships opened fire, but their energy weapons splashed harmlessly against a shield that flared into existence around both the ancient ship and Amanda's pod. This is impossible. Overseer Zextal's voice shook with what Amanda recognized as fear. All council vessels, full retreat. Alert the High Command. They found the Vanguard. Amanda watched in awe as the council ships fled, jumping to FTL so quickly they left gravity distortions in their wake. Her neural implant continued to tingle as more and more systems came online within the ancient vessel, each one recognizing her as someone with the right to command them. Dr. Brooks, Richardson's voice was barely a whisper. What did you just find? Amanda stared at the awakening giant before her, its hull now pulsing with lines of light that spoke of power beyond human understanding. I think, she said slowly, I just found our ancestors' legacy. The ancient vessel's docking bay opened like a blooming flower, impossibly smooth panels sliding apart to welcome Amanda's pod. Dr. Michael Harrison waited at the airlock, his quantum archaeology tools already unpacked and humming with energy. His usually neat brown hair was disheveled, suggesting he'd rushed here the moment the discovery was announced. Please tell me the council didn't get any detailed scans, he said as Amanda removed her helmet. The air inside the ship was perfectly breathable, another impossibility that demanded explanation. They barely got close enough to shoot at me, Amanda replied, running her hand along a wall that seemed to pulse with faint light at her touch. But they recognized it, called it the Vanguard before they ran. Michael's eyes widened. The council running from anything. That's a first. He activated his scanning equipment, holographic displays springing to life around them. These readings are, Amanda, this metal doesn't exist. The atomic structure keeps shifting. A soft chime echoed through the corridor, and more symbols appeared in Amanda's neural feed. The ship's trying to communicate. It's calibrating itself to our language. Remarkable. Michael adjusted his scanner's frequency. The quantum signature suggests an age of at least 50,000 years, but these systems are more advanced than anything the Council has shown us. How is it still functioning? Before Amanda could respond, a new voice joined their conversation. Smooth, synthesized, yet somehow warm. Self-repair protocols have maintained essential systems at 62% efficiency. Full restoration requires inheritor authorization. Amanda and Michael exchanged glances. I'm Dr. Amanda Brooks, she said carefully. This is Dr. Michael Harrison. We're human researchers. Species designation confirmed. Human. Genetic markers indicate descended evolution from creator race. Welcome, inheritors. A holographic display materialized before them, showing a star map of the galaxy. Dozens of points pulsed with light. This vessel serves as Archive Ship 7 of the Precursor Defense Network. Primary mission: preserve knowledge and protect developing civilizations. Michael's hands trembled as he operated his scanner. The Precursors, they're supposed to be a myth. The Council claims they were destroyed by their own hubris. Historical data corrupted, the ship responded. Records indicate deliberate tampering by unknown entities. Creator race initiated emergency protocols. This vessel was sealed until qualified inheritors could be located. A distant boom echoed through the ship. Amanda's neural feed flashed with warning signals. We've got company. 3 Council infiltration ships just breached the outer hull. How do they get through the shields? Michael frantically packed his equipment. Shield strength reduced to maintain stealth protocols. The ship informed them. Activating internal defenses. Warning. Hostile forces detected. Cybernetic intrusion attempts logged. Amanda felt a surge of anger. The Council wasn't just trying to steal the ship, they were trying to hack it. Can we stop them? Affirmative. Human neural patterns allow direct system interface. Request. Accept command authorization. Without hesitation, Amanda replied. Authorization granted. The ship's consciousness flowed into her mind like a cool stream. Through security feeds, she saw Council commandos in sleek armor moving through the corridors. Their advanced tech was nothing compared to what she could now access. Michael, hold on to something, she warned. The quantum archaeologist grabbed a wall mounting as Amanda exercised her new control. Gravity shifted in selected corridors, sending the intruders floating helplessly. Energy fields sprang up, trapping them in bubbles of null space. Unauthorized entities contained, the ship announced, initiating diplomatic protocols. Through the neural link, Amanda opened a communication channel to the Council ships outside. The face that appeared on the holographic display belonged to a being with crystalline features, a high overseer. "Release our troops immediately," the overseer demanded. "This vessel belongs under council protection." Amanda felt the ship's knowledge flow through her. "This vessel belongs to its rightful inheritors. Your troops will be returned unharmed, but make no further attempts to seize this ship. The precursors left it for us." The precursors were fools who didn't understand the dangers of unrestricted advancement, the overseer snarled. "This isn't over, human." As the transmission cut off, Michael stared at the detained council forces. "They're terrified of us having this technology." "Why?" Amanda accessed more of the ship's databases, and her blood ran cold. "Because something's coming. Something the precursors gave their lives trying to stop." The council chambers gleamed with polished black stone and floating lights, making Amanda feel like she stood in the heart of a galaxy. She and Michael had been summoned here alongside Earth's chief diplomat, James Wilson, to discuss humanity's claim to the Vanguard. The ship itself waited in orbit above, its presence casting a shadow over the proceedings both literally and figuratively. "The vessel must be surrendered for proper containment," High Overseer Zextal announced from his elevated platform. The crystalline being's faceted eyes reflected no light as he stared down at the human delegation. "Your species is not prepared for such technology." James Wilson, a veteran of 2 decades of galactic diplomacy, kept his voice level. "With respect, Overseer, the ship's systems have clearly recognized humanity as its intended inheritors. We've provided evidence of our genetic link to the precursors. Evidence that could be falsified." Another council member hissed, her serpentine form quailing in agitation. "The precursors' hubris nearly destroyed the galaxy once. We cannot risk their weapons falling into untested hands." Amanda felt the warning pulse through her neural link. The Vanguard was detecting energy buildups throughout the council station. She leaned close to Wilson's ear. "They're preparing for something. Military channels are active." Wilson's expression didn't change, but his hand tightened on his datapad. "Perhaps a demonstration of our competence would ease the council's concerns. Dr. Brooks has shown remarkable aptitude in." A deafening alarm cut through the chamber. Holographic displays erupted around them, showing multiple warships dropping out of FTL near Earth's orbital defenses. "The Crimson Dawn faction," Michael whispered, recognizing the blood-red hulls. "But they're supposed to be under council control." Zextal rose from his seat, genuine shock crossing his crystalline features. "This is unauthorized. Stand down immediately." But the attackers had no intention of standing down. Amanda watched in horror as the Crimson Dawn ships opened fire on Earth's defensive platforms. The orbital stations, designed to handle pirates and smugglers, crumpled under the assault of military-grade weapons. "This council session is suspended," Zextal announced. "All delegates will remain here for their safety while we contain this situation." Amanda caught Wilson's subtle hand signal. They were being detained, not protected. Through her neural link, she accessed the Vanguard systems. The ancient ship was already moving to intercept the attackers, but it needed her direct control to engage. "Now," Wilson shouted. He threw a small device that erupted with blinding light. Michael pulled 2 emergency breather masks from his jacket, tossing one to Amanda as they ran. Council security forces tried to stop them, but Amanda's connection to the Vanguard gave her control over the station's systems. Doors sealed and opened at her command, clearing their path to the emergency shuttle bay. "The Crimson Dawn are targeting population centers," Michael reported, checking his datapad as they ran. "Our ground defenses can't penetrate their shields." They reached a shuttle just as the station's backup systems began overriding Amanda's control. As they lifted off, larger council vessels moved to intercept them. "The Vanguard is 2 minutes out," Amanda announced, her mind split between piloting and coordinating with the ancient ship. "But Earth doesn't have 2 minutes." Wilson gripped his seat as they evaded fire from the council ships. "Dr. Brooks, I'm giving you executive authorization to defend Earth by any means necessary." The Vanguard's presence filled Amanda's mind as their shuttle approached. The docking bay opened to receive them, and the moment they were aboard, She fully merged with the ship's combat systems. Multiple hostile vessels detected, the ship announced. Analyzing attack patterns, defensive capabilities. Online. Warning. Full weapon activation will reveal strategic capabilities to Council forces. Amanda watched another orbital platform explode, debris raining down toward the atmosphere. We're out of options. Weapons free. The Vanguard's hull thrummed with power. Points of light gathered along its length, and Amanda felt the ship's recognition of her intent. As the Crimson Dawn ships turned to face this new threat, she unleashed weapons that rewrote the laws of physics. Beams of pure white light lanced out, each shot passing through the enemy shields as if they didn't exist. 3 Crimson Dawn cruisers vanished instantly, their atoms scattered to the solar wind. The remaining ships broke formation, their confidence shattered by firepower beyond their comprehension. By the void, Wilson breathed, watching the display. What did we just do? Sent a message, Amanda replied, as Council ships backed away from the Vanguard. Humanity isn't defenseless anymore. The Vanguard's central chamber hummed with newfound energy, holographic displays filling the vast space with cascading data streams. Amanda stood at its heart, her neural link processing information faster than she'd ever thought possible. The ship had been holding back, limiting its systems until humanity proved they could handle its power. These aren't just weapon schematics, Michael said, his quantum scanner struggling to process the flood of data. This is everything. Culture, science, philosophy, the complete knowledge of an entire civilization. James Wilson studied a display showing galactic political boundaries from 50,000 years ago. The precursors weren't just advanced, they were the guardians of the galaxy. Look at these defense network plans. The ship's consciousness touched Amanda's mind. Correct. Primary directive. Preserve and protect developing civilizations until worthy successors emerge. Secondary directive. Prepare inheritors for the return of the Great Darkness. You keep calling us inheritors, Amanda said, focusing on a strand of genetic data. But why us? Why humans specifically? The chamber's lights shifted, creating a 3-dimensional image of DNA strands. Creator race recognized their civilization's flaws. Rather than pass knowledge directly, they seeded potential across multiple worlds. Human adaptability, creativity, and neuroplasticity represent optimal evolution of desired traits. Multiple screens showed footage of human achievements throughout history. The Wright brothers' first flight, the moon landing, the Mars colonies. Each moment highlighted humanity's drive to explore and innovate. The Council fears this potential, Wilson realized. They've been suppressing our development, keeping us dependent on their technology. A warning pulse caught Amanda's attention. She accessed the ship's long-range sensors, drawing in a sharp breath at what she saw. Speaking of the Council, we've got incoming. A lot of incoming. The tactical display showed dozens of ships dropping out of FTL, their energy signatures far more powerful than the Crimson Dawn vessels. The ship identified them immediately. The Ghost Fleet, the Council's most advanced battle group. They're not here to talk, Wilson said grimly. That's an extinction-level response fleet. Amanda felt the ship's systems fully connecting with her mind, barriers falling away as it recognized the threat level. New information flooded her consciousness, capabilities that went far beyond weapons. This vessel's primary function was never combat, she said, understanding flowing through her. It's a seed ship, the lifeboat for an entire civilization's knowledge and power. The weapons are just protection for its true purpose. Michael's scanner began picking up new energy signatures from within the ship. Amanda, something's happening. The power readings are off the charts. Deep in the Vanguard's core, systems dormant for millennia awakened. The ship's consciousness expanded, becoming clearer and more present. Full integration authorized, unlocking precursor legacy protocols. The Ghost Fleet opened fire. Their advanced weapons aimed to overwhelm the Vanguard's defenses through sheer volume. But they weren't facing a mere warship anymore. Reality itself seemed to bend around them. The Vanguard's hull transformed, flowing like liquid metal as it reconfigured into its true form. Each shot from the Ghost Fleet was caught in fields of distorted spacetime, harmlessly dissipated into subatomic particles. By all the stars, Wilson breathed, watching the transformation. What are we becoming? The ship's response echoed through all their minds. You are becoming what you were always meant to be. The precursors did not choose humanity as simple inheritors. You are their children, seated among the stars, finally ready to awaken. Amanda guided the ship's systems with instincts she didn't know she had, dancing through the Ghost Fleet's formation. Each movement left their attackers' weapons and engines disabled, but carefully preserved their life support. This wasn't about destruction. It was about showing mercy from a position of overwhelming power. As the Council fleet retreated in disarray, Michael's scanner picked up something at the galaxy's edge. A darkness between the stars, moving with purpose. We're not fully ready, Amanda said, feeling the ship's concern through their link. But we better learn fast. The ship's right. Something's coming. Something that killed the precursors at the height of their power. The Vanguard systems pulsed with determination. Together, we will succeed where the creators failed. Human unpredictability combined with precursor knowledge presents new possibilities. The cycle can be broken. They're predicting our jump points again, Amanda announced, her hands dancing through holographic controls as the Vanguard emerged from faster-than-light travel. The Ghost Fleet's pursuit ships appeared seconds later, their advanced tracking systems somehow anticipating their every move. Michael hunched over his workstation, analyzing the energy signatures of their pursuers. These aren't normal Council ships. They're using some kind of quantum prediction technology. They don't follow us. They arrive before we do. The Vanguard's massive form weaved through an asteroid field in the Carina sector, moving with impossible grace for its size. Through her neural link, Amanda felt the ship's fascination with how she handled its systems. The precursors had built their technology around logic and precision, but human intuition was teaching the ancient vessel new tricks. Watch this, she said, directing power to a system she'd modified herself. The ship's external hull rippled, quantum fields bending light in ways that shouldn't be possible. Their signature split into dozens of copies, each one appearing real to sensors. James Wilson smiled from his tactical station. Mirror images, like a squid's ink cloud. The precursors never thought to use their phase technology that way. The Ghost Fleet faltered, their prediction algorithms struggling to track multiple targets moving in patterns that defied logical analysis. Amanda felt a surge of satisfaction through her link with the ship. It was learning from her just as she learned from it. Multiple quantum torpedoes incoming, Michael warned. They're targeting all signatures. Amanda closed her eyes, letting instinct guide her actions. The ship's defensive systems had been designed to create perfect energy barriers. Instead, she twisted them into a web of quantum fields that caught the torpedoes and redirected their energy. Impossible, one of the Ghost Fleet commanders broadcast on all frequencies. That defense pattern. It violates every known law of energy dynamics. That's humanity's greatest weapon, Wilson responded, opening a channel. We don't care what your laws say is impossible. A new alert flashed through Amanda's neural feed. She accessed the long-range sensors, detecting massive energy signatures approaching from the galactic core. The Council's bringing in their heavy weapons, dreadnoughts. The ship's consciousness merged more deeply with her mind, sharing urgent data, detecting Class 5 weaponry. Council has reactivated forbidden precursor technology. Michael's scanner began picking up familiar energy patterns. Amanda, those dreadnoughts, they're using corrupted versions of the Vanguard's weapon systems, but the patterns are wrong, unstable. Through the neural link, Amanda accessed ancient memory files. The ship showed her visions of the past, the precursors' final days, when desperation drove them to take dangerous shortcuts with their technology. She saw the catastrophic results of quantum weapons wielded without proper understanding. They're going to get themselves killed, she realized. Those weapons are seconds away from collapse. Wilson gripped his console as space itself seemed to warp around the approaching dreadnoughts. Can we stop it? Amanda dove deeper into the ship's systems, finding capabilities that even the precursors hadn't fully explored. Human creativity combined with their technology opened new possibilities. Not stop it, but maybe redirect it. She wove quantum fields into patterns that would have given precursor engineers nightmares, breaking every rule in their carefully calculated designs. But human intuition told her it would work. The dreadnoughts fired, their corrupted weapons tearing holes in reality. But Amanda's improvised defense caught the energy, channeling it through impossible geometries before releasing it harmlessly into subspace. How? The Ghost Fleet commander's voice shook. Our greatest weapons. Are toys you don't understand, Wilson replied. Stand down before you tear the galaxy apart. The dreadnoughts retreated, their weapons dangerously unstable. But Amanda barely noticed their withdrawal. Through the neural link, she felt the ship's urgent warning. The quantum distortions had drawn attention from something vast and dark at the edge of sensor range. It's starting, she whispered, watching shadow patterns that shouldn't exist ripple across space. The thing the precursors feared, it's noticed us. The ship's consciousness pulsed with determination. Unknown contact displays similarities to ancient enemy force signatures. Recommendation: prepare for imminent contact with Void Collective. Michael stared at his readings in horror. Amanda, what exactly did we just attract? She accessed the ship's deepest memory files, and her blood ran cold. The reason the precursors created this ship in the first place, and if we don't master their legacy completely before it arrives, history is going to repeat itself. The Vanguard sensors picked up the distress call from a remote council outpost near the Perseus arm. Amanda watched the grainy transmission, her heart pounding as shadows that defied physics consumed the station's outer rings. This is Research Station Nebula. The alien commander's voice crackled with interference. We are under attack by something that shouldn't exist. Our weapons pass right through them. They're not just killing us. They're erasing us. James Wilson worked his diplomatic channels frantically. The Council is trying to suppress this information. They're claiming it's a containment breach, nothing more. They're lying, Michael said, his quantum scanner displaying readings that made his hands shake. Look at these energy signatures. They match the precursor records of the final battle. Through her neural link, Amanda accessed the ship's historical archives. The images that flowed into her mind chilled her to the bone. The Void Collective wasn't just an army. It was a cancer in reality itself, consuming everything it touched and converting matter into more of its impossible substance. Multiple Council vessels approaching, the ship announced, detecting significant damage to their hull structures. The survivors of the research station attack limped into view, their once pristine ships scarred with wounds that seemed to drink in light itself. The Council's flagship, a massive dreadnought, showed signs of battle unlike anything they'd seen before. This is High Overseer Zextal. The transmission cut through their security encryption. Dr. Brooks, we require immediate assistance. Amanda exchanged glances with Wilson. The same council that was hunting us an hour ago. The situation has changed. Zextal's crystalline features showed clear signs of damage. The Void Collective has returned, and our weapons are useless. Our arrogance. We thought we could contain them ourselves. The ship's consciousness surged through Amanda's link, sharing urgent data. Historical records indicate Void Collective cannot be destroyed by conventional means. Creator Race attempted multiple containment strategies. All failed. How did the precursors fight them? Michael asked, analyzing the damage patterns on the council ships. They didn't, Amanda replied, understanding flowing through her link. They couldn't. That's why they created us, why they engineered humanity's potential into something new. The Vanguard isn't just a warship or a seed ship. It's a prototype for a completely different approach. A new alert flashed across their screens. The shadows were spreading, consuming entire star systems at the galaxy's edge. The Council's suppression of information had given the Void Collective time to build its strength. "Your human unpredictability," Zextal said, his voice heavy with realization. "The way you use our technology in ways we never imagined. The precursors didn't just leave you their knowledge. They left you their hopes for something they couldn't achieve." The Vanguard sensors detected more void ships emerging from the darkness between stars. Their forms violated every law of physics, ships that were more absence than presence. "We need to coordinate," Wilson said firmly. "The Council's resources, combined with our innovative use of precursor technology, it's our only chance." Amanda felt the ship processing billions of calculations, trying to find a solution. But the precursor logic engines kept reaching the same conclusion. Direct conflict was impossible. They needed something else, something unprecedented. "The neural link," she said suddenly, an idea forming. "The ship doesn't just connect to me. It can connect to anything with sufficient neural complexity. What if we linked every ship, every crew, every defensive system into one coordinated network?" "That would violate every council law about artificial intelligence and neural tampering," Zextal warned. "Your laws," Wilson countered, "or the extinction of all life in the galaxy. Choose quickly." The tactical display showed more void ships appearing. Where they passed, stars winked out of existence, converted into something that didn't belong in their universe. "The precursors built walls to hold back the darkness," Amanda said, accessing the ship's deepest protocols. "But we're going to build bridges instead. Every species, every mind, working as one." Through her neural link, she felt the ship's approval. The precursors had created humanity to think differently, to find paths they couldn't see. Now, facing an enemy that couldn't be destroyed, humanity would do what it did best: adapt, innovate, and unite. "Make your choice," Wilson told the High Overseer. "But make it fast. The darkness isn't waiting for a committee decision." The Vanguard's central chamber had been transformed into a nexus of neural connections. Representatives from every council species stood in carefully arranged circles, their minds about to be linked in a way never before attempted. Amanda felt the weight of history through her connection with the ship. No civilization had ever attempted something this ambitious. "The neural interfaces are calibrated," Michael announced, his quantum scanner monitoring the delicate web of connections. "But the biology of some species is barely compatible. We're pushing the limits of what's possible." "Possibility is a human specialty," James Wilson replied, taking his position in the circle. Even the veteran diplomat showed signs of nervousness as the neural connectors descended from the ceiling. High Overseer Zextal's crystalline form sparkled under the chamber's lights. "The Council fleet is in position. 20,000 ships, all waiting for your signal. May the Void have mercy on us all." Amanda closed her eyes, feeling the ship's consciousness merge with her own. "This isn't about forcing everyone to think alike. It's about combining our strengths, letting each species contribute what makes them unique." The neural network activated. Amanda gasped as thousands of minds touched hers through the Vanguard systems. She felt the logical precision of the crystalline Zextal, the intuitive spatial awareness of the serpentine Nyrak, the quantum understanding of the energy-based Vulture. Each species added their own colors to the mental tapestry. "Contact." Michael's voice cut through the unified consciousness. Void ships emerging from dark space. They're targeting the Centauri colonies. Through the neural link, Amanda guided the combined fleet into action. Council ships moved with unprecedented coordination, their formations flowing like liquid metal. The Vanguard's advanced systems distributed tactical data instantly across the network, letting each captain react with perfect information. The Void Collective struck with reality-bending weapons, their ships seeming to exist in multiple dimensions at once. But now, through the unified network, every defense and counterattack was coordinated with impossible precision. "They're adapting," Zextal warned, his crystalline thoughts sharp in the network. "The collective is learning our patterns." Amanda felt the truth through the ship's memories. That's how they defeated the precursors. Pure logic, no matter how advanced, creates patterns that can be predicted and countered. Then let's show them something they can't predict, Wilson suggested, his diplomatic mind adding new layers of strategy to the network. Every species, every mind, contributing random variables to the equation. Amanda opened herself fully to the neural link, letting the chaotic creativity of humanity flow through the network. Council ships began moving in ways that defied tactical logic, their weapons combining in impossible configurations. A crystalline dreadnought fired through a Valshur energy field, its beams splitting into fractal patterns that caught 3 void ships in a web of causality. "It's working," Michael exclaimed. "They can't adapt to what we're doing because there's no pattern to learn." But the Void Collective was far from defeated. A massive shadow emerged from dark space, a flagship that drank in light and hope. Reality began to tear around it as space itself rejected its existence. Through the neural network, Amanda felt the fear of thousands of minds. The precursors had faced this same enemy and fallen. But the precursors had fought alone, relying on their technological superiority. Humanity had chosen a different path. "Everyone," she broadcast through the link, "share your memories. Not just battle tactics. Everything. Show them what they're trying to destroy." The neural network exploded with life. Children playing on 1,000 worlds. Love and loss in 1,000,000 forms. Art and music from cultures across the galaxy. The pure joy of discovery and the deep bonds of family. All different, all precious. The void ships faltered. Their weapons, designed to corrupt physical laws, had no answer for the chaos of emotion and life flowing through the neural network. "Push them back," Wilson commanded, and the combined fleet surged forward. Council weapons enhanced by precursor technology struck with the full power of unity, driving the shadows back into the darkness they came from. But as Amanda coordinated the assault, she felt something vast stirring in dark space. The Void Collective's flagship was preparing for one final attack, one that would tear reality apart rather than accept defeat. "They're going to collapse the entire sector," she warned. "We need to end this now." The fate of the galaxy would be decided in the next few minutes, and Amanda knew exactly what they had to do. The precursors had built the Vanguard for this moment, not as a weapon of destruction, but as a tool of unity. The void between stars rippled with impossible energies as the Collective's flagship prepared its reality-shattering attack. Through the neural network, Amanda felt the minds of thousands recoil from the wrongness of it, a weapon that would unmake existence itself. "The containment fields won't hold," Michael warned, his quantum scanner showing cascading failures throughout the sector. "They're creating a chain reaction that will spread through the entire spiral arm." Amanda delved deeper into the Vanguard systems, accessing protocols that even the precursors had never fully understood. The ship had been building toward this moment, combining human creativity with ancient power in ways its creators hadn't imagined possible. "Everyone, listen carefully," she broadcast through the neural network. The precursors tried to fight darkness with light, to battle destruction with more destruction. That's why they failed. We're going to try something they never considered. James Wilson's diplomatic mind caught her intention through the link. "We're not going to fight the void. We're going to fill it," Amanda finished. "Every species, every mind, pour your existence into the network. Not just memories. Everything you are." The neural link exploded with life. Amanda felt the crystal-sharp logic of Zexful's people merge with the quantum harmonies of the Valshur. The aggressive pride of the warrior Ketil flowed alongside the patient wisdom of the ancient Mire. Humanity's chaos and creativity bounded all together, creating something entirely new. The Vanguard wasn't built to be a weapon, Amanda realized, feeling the ship's true purpose unfold. It's a bridge, a way to prove that life, in all its forms, is stronger than the void. The Collective's flagship launched its attack. Space itself began to unravel, reality peeling away layer by layer. But where emptiness should have spread, it met something else, the combined consciousness of a unified galaxy. Michael's scanner registered something unprecedented. The neural network. It's not just sharing thoughts. It's rewriting quantum fields, reinforcing the fabric of space-time with pure consciousness. Through her link with the Vanguard, Amanda directed this new force. Where the Void Collective tried to unmake reality, the combined will of countless minds held it together. Physical laws strengthened, reinforced by the belief and determination of every connected species. Impossible, the Void Collective's consciousness rippled through space. Reality cannot resist us. We are inevitability. No, Amanda replied, humanity's defiance echoing through the network. You're just emptiness pretending to be absolute. Let us show you what fullness looks like. The Vanguard systems channeled the combined neural energy of the network. Not as a weapon, but as a demonstration. Through the link, every connected mind shared their experience of existence. The joy, the pain, the love, the loss, the endless complexity of being alive. The void ships began to falter. Their physics-defying forms flickered as they encountered something their entropy-based consciousness couldn't process. The flagship's reality-destroying beam met the combined force of life itself, and for the first time in its ancient existence, the void was the one that gave way. Now, Wilson commanded, and the unified fleet moved as one. Council weapons enhanced by precursor technology struck with surgical precision, targeting the points where the collected ships were most vulnerable, the places where their connection to unreality was weakest. The flagship imploded, taking its reality-destroying weapon with it. The remaining void ships retreated into dark space, their fundamental nature changed by contact with the neural network. They had encountered something they couldn't consume or corrupt, the unshakable power of unified life. As the threat faded, Amanda felt the awe and respect flowing through the neural network. The Council species looked at humanity with new understanding. They had not just fought alongside humans, they had shared consciousness with them, experienced firsthand the chaotic creativity that made humanity unique. The precursors chose well, Zextal admitted, his crystalline thoughts sincere in the link. They knew that the galaxy needed something more than pure advancement. It needed a species that could bring others together, that could find new paths through impossible problems. Amanda began powering down the neural network, carefully disconnecting the thousands of minds. But something remained, a new understanding between species, a recognition that they were stronger together than apart. So what happens now? Michael asked, watching the combined fleet begin to disperse. Now, Wilson smiled, we show the galaxy what humanity and the Council can really accomplish together. After all, there's a lot of void out there to fill with life. The Vanguard's consciousness merged with Amanda's one last time, sharing its satisfaction. The precursors had planned for their children to save the galaxy from darkness. Instead, humanity had shown there was a better way, not to fight the darkness, but to fill it with light.